Dave Hayward. Thank
Todd,
you.
how are you, mate?
Good. Thanks for coming today. Really appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
Just wanted to spend some time explaining our partnership. We've been in partnership for some time, Xenium and Nexus.
Yep.
Xenium's a commercial brokerage, business and commercial finance. That's what we specialise in, for those that don't know.
Yep.
And but there's plenty of people who don't know about Nexus.
Yeah, sure.
Even though you work with hundreds and hundreds of accountants and financial planners, etc., around the country. So maybe give us a brief explanation of what Nexus does.
Yeah, sure. So Nexus is a referral partnership group that we work directly with the banking institutions. So typically you'll find in banking and finance today people, they're looking for ways to generate more business. So people like still dealing with direct to bank versus the brokering solution. They do a combination of both. So
what does direct to bank mean?
So we have a relationship with various banks. So say, for example, you're an accountant and you have a client who wants to do something on a refinancing of a deal. We'll refer them directly to the bank lender.
Right.
And so it goes directly to the bank versus going down the brokering channel. So
Okay.
that's the way the partnership works.
Yeah.
So think about brokering, but brokering is specifically related to, a panel of 30 lenders. We only deal with a handful of banks that we work with, and it's a direct to bank lend
Right.
process.
So you're deciding, if you're not deciding, but you're saying, hey, we've got an option.
Yep.
And we can talk directly to a banker.
Yep.
As opposed to going through someone else.
Yeah, and I think the advantage to that is when you go direct to a bank, banks typically can do things behind the scenes that you may not be aware of. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they can sort of sharpen their pencil a little bit around the pricing and what they might be able to do. And they have a much, I suppose, broader knowledge around some of the credit policies of that bank. So they can actually do some stuff that perhaps a broker couldn't do. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the advantages of going direct to bank.
Yeah, okay. And so who uses Nexus then? Who are the types of partners that?
Well, I think we've found in the ones that work really well with us accountants, solicitors, financial planners,
right.
Building and developers. Anyone essentially who's got some sort of link to the financial services market or has finance as part of what they might do. I know with the Xenium partnership, we do a lot of commercial lending. So there's commercial lending, there's business finance, there's asset finance. So I think the key differentiation between what we can offer now with Nexus and Xenium is we're the only group in Australia that can offer the direct-to-bank solution as well as the brokering solution, as well as the whole commercial element of what we're doing as well. So that's a great thing for those partners to be able to offer their clients.
Yeah, I think something that we talked about a lot with you guys from Nexus is the fact that, sometimes business and commercial can be a little bit more complex, and maybe we need some eyes over those deals before they hit the bank, if you like.
Yep.
Maybe just to filter out some of the deals that might not happen.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that we can't work together or be, brokers and direct to bank and being collaborative. Right?
100%. I mean, you'll find that only 30% of brokers actually do any commercial lending. So that's 7 out of 10 don't do it. So there's a skill gap. You also find from a banking perspective, typically the commercial lending is handled by their small business managers or their business managers. So customers tend to get siloed within a bank, and they're looking for an alternative and a solution. And I think that's where Xenium really fits in nicely. So we're running a combination. We can go direct to the bank. We can also go using Xenium as a platform. Or if someone actually wants the brokering solution, we can offer the brokering solution as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So
really, Nexus is does everything.
Yep.
For
in the partnership with Xenium,
with
absolutely, yeah. So we can do it. So, and I think the advantage to that partner is that they've got a much greater choice of what they're offering their client base.
Yeah.
So that has great advantages for them in the marketplace. And typically partners ask us, they say, so what do we get out of this? Well, it's a revenue-based model. We're sharing revenue. So if I said to you, Todd, how'd you like to get some free money from a bank?
Yeah, sure.
Would you love it?
Yes,
like,
please.
would you? So how does that work, right? So we're kind of the only group that can actually do that. We've developed these relationships. We've got the banks to pay us the money. We then give it to our referral partner. Not all of it. There's a commission split based on stuff.
Yeah.
And then you can then choose what you do with that money. You can either keep it to run various aspects of your business. You might want to invest in your social media or your marketing or pay for some costs, or you can give it back to your clients, or a combination of both.
Yeah.
One of the objections we tend to get sometimes is people don't like the word commission.
Right.
Because they have to disclose it.
Yeah.
It's all fully done under the ASIC requirements. But I'd say if you know how the brokers work, brokers get paid a commission. That's been standard practice for the last 20 odd years. People are quite okay with it.
People are fine with it.
They're not paying any extra for their fees or anything. In fact, if you were smart, you could use it then as maybe a cashback for your clients to pay for part of the service you offer or whatever.
Sure, you don't have to take it, right?
No, you don't have to take it.
Or you can give it back.
Don't take it. You can give it back. Give it back to your client.
Yeah.
But why not take it? It's on offer from a bank because they're looking to how to build their business, right? So that's how we've developed these relationships.
Yeah. And you've got some fairly successful and long-term referral partners in place around the country.
Yeah.
What sort of, we're talking about revenue, what sort of revenue could someone generate?
Well, I mean, it's surprising when I won't disclose who they are, obviously, but we've had groups that are generating 300,000 plus.
Right. Wow. Okay.
Out of revenue.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is I like to see it, it's money on the table, right? It's business they haven't actually thought as a revenue stream. And so they can monetize their client base and start to think about how do they do it. In fact, it's actually it's like them being a broker. But if we give you an example, a loan referral might generate $2,500 to that referral partner.
Right.
They don't have to do anything other than a name and a number.
Yeah.
It's literally a 20-second job.
Yeah.
We look after the compliance and we make sure it's fully compliant, so there's no risk for them.
Yeah, the client's aware because everything's disclosed.
The client's aware, it's fully aware. And in fact, the client's getting a value-added service because they're getting a more competitive deal generally, and they're getting people to try and bid for their business, which is kind of what you do as well. So that's I think, a huge advantage for those clients.
And what about, so let's say I'm an accountant or I'm another type of referral partner like a financial planner.
Yeah.
How do I implement this? Is it just, do I send you a name and number, or what do we do?
For both groups, we have portals that they can use, right? Yeah. So it's simple tick and flick on the portal. They just go in, fill in some basic details, your name, telephone number, choose the sort of institution they might want to deal with. Now, if they're not sure about that, they come directly to the BDM associated with it. They'll let them know where it should best fit. And then it gets flicked on. If it's direct to bank, it goes direct to a bank lender, and then that lender will take it on board. We monitor that process. We control that process. Or if it's a commercial deal, it'll go through to Xenium through your own portal. That's a very quick and an easy thing to do. And then Xenium will take control of the commercial lending stuff. So it's so simple and so easy to do.
Yeah, and regular I know from Xenium's perspective, we update Nexus on all the deals, and referral partners of Nexus then get those updates.
Yeah, they can go into the portal anytime and find out the progress of the deal and find out what's happening on that deal. But we keep an eye on it because we want to make sure that's going to go ahead.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure the client's been looked after. So we've got service level guarantees for the institutions we deal with.
Right, okay.
To make sure they're responding in time. So that's really important. And I think we look at things like refinancing, investment, self-managed super funds, commercial funding, business lending, asset lending, as I said. I think you mentioned before for deals, for example, that are private funded deals.
Yeah. People
might get themselves in ATO debt, for example, not sure how to do it. Typically, the banks won't touch it because of the credit issues associated with that.
Yeah.
They can go through you guys for short-term financing, get that sorted out.
Any commercial purpose, any purpose like that ATO debt, we're seeing a lot of that at the moment because first of all, the ATO is coming down hard on people. Secondly, the interest deduction that you used to get on your tax is finishing.
Yeah, right.
For your ATO debt.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, right.
So you can have a debt.
Yep.
And there's no interest deduction anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
But by cleaning it up and us doing a business loan for you, then you can talk to your accountant, but you've now got a business loan with interest.
Yeah, right. So I didn't realise that actually.
Yeah, it's finishing the end of this year.
Oh, okay. So that's a
June
great
30.
Yeah, wow. And so that's a good thing to know, right? And also self-managed super funds. A lot of people have uncompetitive self-managed super fund deals, right? So again, that's something they can refer through. We'll have a look at it and see what we can do to support them and help them.
Yeah, at the moment, you and I have already talked about this, but a lot of them, if they haven't touched their super fund or reviewed it for some time, the loans, they're probably paying 2 or 3% more, right?
Yeah, typically,
yeah. So we are seeing a fair bit of that.
And I think that's a good thing to remind referral partners about. It's not about us just driving revenue out of this. It's about how to help your client. How do we help your client? Most people have got uncompetitive deals. So 70% of Australians don't even know what their interest rate is. So getting them in front of someone who can help them is really important. Commercial lending is even harder because there is a skill set associated with that. They need people like you guys that actually can help them with this, so and ensure you can actually help them to get the deal across the line. So I think that's, from a partnership perspective, it's not just a revenue sharing model. It's a how do you help your clients do better financially? That's the part we play.
Yeah, I think certainly what we've seen is the ability to work together on, we understand what deals Nexus can do direct to bank.
Yeah.
And and that's a great benefit. It's quick, happens, the client's happy to go.
Yep.
The bankers deal with them directly. Where it's maybe a longer term, more complex deal like a business or commercial loan, we can take some time to talk to the client. Also, the knowledge base around which banks will do which sort of deals is important.
100%.
So whilst many banks will do a home loan,
Yep.
if you want to buy a franchise or something and you've got $500,000 unsecured,
Yep.
only a few banks will do that, and you've got to understand that. So
Yeah.
that's
I'll
what,
give you a good example. As a guy I know ran a manufacturing business, right, and a pretty good business, and he got himself stuck with one of the big banks who wouldn't help him on his finance, and I could see what was going to happen with his business, and then didn't know where to go, didn't know who to talk to, went to a lender of last resort,
right.
got absolutely smashed, and then that was a downhill thing, and the business went under.
Right. Okay.
Now, if he'd been able to go to someone who can help him like you guys,
yeah.
he might have had a different solution, right?
Right, and because we understand the business, we can work with him.
100%, yeah. But the accountancy firm that he dealt with didn't really know that was an option for him.
Yeah.
So there's an opportunity.
And there's the thing particularly with accountants, but also financial planners, their clients expect them to help. And when they don't, they're confused.
Yeah.
You say to someone, what's your accountant think? They say, he or she hasn't told me.
No.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
Why aren't they reviewing your loans or asking to review your loans?
Yep, exactly.
You know?
There seems to be an arm's length, right? I do financial planning, I do accounting. It's the integration of the things together. Essentially, it's a financial solution for someone.
Yeah.
Whether it's a tax solution or whether it's an investment solution.
Or a debt solution.
A debt solution.
Yeah.
Finance plays an integral part of that.
Yeah.
And so it's joining the dots together here, trying to work in partnership. And it's not just about a single-sided street either by you send us business. We want to actually try and work together in a referral hub so we can flow business back to your business as well. So we find good accountants or solicitors or financial planners or even real estate agents. We want to flow back some business. We want to try and work together in our local communities, see what we can do.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate your time, Dave.
No.
And it's great to sort of explain it because as I said, we have been working together for a while.
Yep.
And it's kind of time to let people know that they have options outside of just referring it to one place. They've got a raft of options through one partnership with Nexus.
Yeah, and look, it's one of the simplest and easiest things they can do. It can drive some great revenue for their business and also helps their clients out at the same time. So happy to help, mate.
Good on you. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, buddy.
Cheers.